All right, hello everyone. Here we are for our second official upper body session of the week. Upper body strength and core. We're going to be focusing on our back and our shoulder muscles. Pause, work, replay style. In addition to that upper body, of course, again, we have that core work, which we're going to finish with. In terms of equipment today, we have our dumbbells here, our nice mat laid out, loop bands, as well as this here long band, which is going to come into play in our warm-up, as well as in our exercises themselves, specifically that core work at the end. Again, if you don't have this, of course, you know I have options for you. That does not require a band, but if you do, then bring them out because you're going to need it. The other thing that you can include today is your TRX, specifically for those rowing exercises that we are going to have included. Okay, so you know the drill. We're going to start off with a warm-up, which is, once again, going to start off with the arm swing. Swinging those arms out. We're doing 10 of these total, allowing those arms to fall back, reach back behind our body, getting that nice opening feeling through the chest and the shoulders. Just 10 of them. And that's it. We're going to stop here, start drawing these little circles that are going to progressively get bigger and bigger until they're as big as they can go. Once we've reached that biggest circle, we're going to stop and do that same thing in the other direction. A few big ones out here, progressively making smaller and smaller until we're back to these little ones. We're going to keep our arms out here. Next part's on a timer. So come on in and join me for this shoulder burning situation, because that's what we're looking for here. These little swimmers. We're trying to move our arms, straight arms, up and down, moving through the shoulders, getting that burn and sensation brewing in the shoulders. 15 seconds, which has already started. Don't worry about that. 5 seconds left with the up and the down. Breathing through these, and then don't go anywhere. As much as you want to put those arms down, we're going to turn the palms forward and backward. We have another 15 seconds here. And creating that nice T position, high chest. Breathing. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, and relax those arms down by your sides. We're going to take ourselves through one nice big neck rotation. So we'll start off with taking our time, tucking our chin to our chest, rolling to the side, ear to the shoulder, looking up to the ceiling, again, not rushing anything, especially when it comes to the neck. Other ear to the shoulder, ending up back where we started, chin to the chest, and we stop. And we're going to do the same thing the other direction. So looking up to the ceiling, getting that stretching down both sides of the neck, ending up back in our starting position, standing up straight, and then grabbing onto our band. So we're going to need it for the next few. So again, if you don't have this band, you're going to follow along with these movements, just doing the same thing. For example, this first one, it's going to start with nice wide arms. I'm looping my thumbs or hands through here, and we're going to open up through our pass-throughs. There and back is 1. We're doing 5 of these total. Now this should be relatively comfortable. We'll feel some stretching going on, but we shouldn't be like forcing anything to get back here. If that's the case, you might be holding a little bit too narrow, so you can try widening up. Or again, if your band doesn't allow you to do that, you can simply put it down, opening up the palms, closing the palms, again, counting 5 total, which you probably already done. Narrow hands, a little bit wider than our shoulders. We're going to press up and over our head, bringing that band behind our head onto the back of our shoulders, all the way up in front, ending up back on the collarbones. That's 1. We're going to do 4 more total. So same thing here. We're getting that nice stretching feeling through the chest, through the shoulders. Should not be uncomfortable. If it is, you can try widening up your hands a bit. But you should feel, again, some tension going on in your chest, your shoulder muscles as we go there and back. Not moving our head out of the way. We want to tap into that shoulder mobility to get those arms back behind the head. So we'll go through that last one. And then we are going to put this guy down on the floor. Next one, we want to get ourselves into our hip hinge position. So narrow feet, soft knees. We'll hinge our hips back. Arms are straight down in front of us. Palms face each other. Following one hand with our eyes, we're going to exhale and open up as wide as we can without any movement in the legs. Closing, back to where we started. Exhaling, rotating, and following the hand with the eyes. That's 2. We're doing 10 total, 5 per side. So we might feel one side is a little tighter or a little looser than the other. We'll try to just work with whatever we can on both sides as we go through them, trying to improve that range, increase the range so it's a little bit bigger. And again, we're moving through that mid and upper back. So we'll exhale into that rotation, Working through 4 more of these. Breathing into them. Warming up that mid and upper back, getting it ready for all the stuff that we are going to put it through today. And one more on each side. Exhale. Last one. Standing back up to the top. Finishing off once again with our band with some pull aparts. So we're going to hold that band once again a little bit wider than our shoulders, pulling the band apart, stopping before it hits our chest, and then stopping before we see that band go all wet noodle loose on us. If you don't have a band, we're in a bent over position. We're pulling those arms up, squeezing the shoulder blades together just as we pull that band apart. We want to get a lot of action happening between our shoulder blades, squeezing them together, and then spreading them apart as we go through our 20 reps. So if you weren't counting, count 10 more, and that will conclude our warm-up. Hopefully you're feeling warmer than when we get started. So we're going to get you going now on our pause, work, replay style supersets. We have 3 of them to go through, and then we have our core work, as I already mentioned at the beginning. So starting off with this very first one, we have a single arm standing, 1 arm press. Single standing, 1 arm press. So because we've done a lot of stuff to warm up our shoulders, but nothing specifically with weight to press up over our head, I want you to grab a lighter dumbbell. Eventually I'll be using both of my dumbbells, but I'm going to just grab one just for this first little warm-up set here. Because we know the shoulders are quite sensitive. I mean, lots of us have probably had a shoulder injury before, and we also want to prevent that from happening. So we want to go through a warm-up set with the weight in our hands, a little lighter than we will work with for our working sets. We'll just do 5 reps on each side. When we're doing this officially, we're going to be going through, I always like to double check before I tell you, 10 reps total on each side. So we'll do 5 on this side, strong arm out to the side that's not pressing. We're in our neutral grip position here, so not wide, not right in front of the shoulder, right in the middle there. 5 on this side, again, just for the warm up. And then when I'm officially doing this, I'll be using both of my dumbbells like this, same strong arm, exhaling up, inhaling down through our 10 reps total. If we want to make this a bit harder, then we'll take a little bit more time slowing and lowering down, that lowering eccentric phase through our 10 reps and our 10 reps. Because we're standing as well, something I want to mention is we want to make sure our core is nice and strong. We're not arching our back. We have that pelvis sort of rounded under, 10 and 10. For those of us who don't have dumbbells, again, we can grab a loop band, hold one hand in one side in each hand, and work with that 10 and 10. That's our first movement. Second movement is going to be our Superman with the pull-in. Now, again, we know by now that this is one that is out of my jurisdiction. I cannot do this anymore. I cannot lay on my stomach, but you can, okay? Unless you're same situation as me, probably not. So we're gonna lay down on our tummies, all the way down, laying down, feet on the floor, knees on the floor, hips on the floor. Arms reach out, nothing in our hands. We're going to open up our palms, lift our arms off the floor, and then pull in and make a fist in our hands. Keeping our arms lifted off the floor the entire time as we go through our 15 reps total. We'll be working back to back between these 2 movements, 10 of our standing press, and then 15 of that laying on the floor Superman, where we're squeezing those shoulders down and back. No rest. 4 rounds total. Press pause. Go get it done, and I will meet you back here for part 2 of our upper body strength. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Part 2 starts off with a rotational row. So if you have a TRX, use that guy. We're going to be having our palms facing down like this. Right away, we want to pull our hands apart, and then we're going to pull in and rotate into our narrow or A grip position, or neutral position rather. Unrotate, and then again, we're rotating in so our palms end up facing our ribs. I will be using dumbbells, so standing nice and tall. Soft knees will hinge back into our nice strong bent over position. And palms face the legs. We want to start off pulling the weights apart and then rotating into that neutral grip position. We're working with 12 reps total, the number to be on those ones. So we have 12 reps of these rotational rows. We want to make these guys a bit more challenging. So your weight's kind of on the light side for a row like mine are. What I'll do is hold them in here and not leave until I feel my back muscles. 1, 2, even 3 seconds at the top of each of those reps. 12 reps total. With this one, we're going to pair this with a curl to press. So I'll be holding those dumbbells, standing up nice and tall, palms face the legs. We're going to curl up on top of the shoulders, press up over our head, uncurl, unpress. So we're sort of separating this into 2 movements, the press and then the curl on the way up and on the way down. 10 reps total of this curl to press. Same deal with the rest. We ain't taking any. No rest in between. We're going back to back between these 2. 4 rounds total. And then that will conclude our part 3 of our upper body strength. So hit pause. Go get that work done. 4 sets. Again, we want 10 and 10, followed by 12 and 12. Don't let me confuse you. 12 and 12 are our rows, and then followed by 10. And I already did confuse you. 12 and 10. Okay, go get it done, and I'll meet you back here for part 3. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Here we are for our last and final part of our strength. After this, we have core and stretching, and then we're finished. Last part, it's going to start off with some wide grip rows. So same rules apply if you have the TRX. We're going to hold it nice and wide here, starting off with wide hands, and then pulling out, no rotation in the hands or the palms. Palms stay facing down the whole time. I will be using my dumbbells, same nice strong bent over position. Again, pull those hands apart, and then work with that nice wide 90 degrees T-grip row through our 15 reps is the number to be for these ones. So we have 15 reps of those wide grip rows. With these ones, we have our around the world raises. So those ones are using dumbbells, opening up our palms away from us like this, and then lifting those dumbbells all the way up and together over our head. 10 reps total for these ones here. The whole entire time, again, those palms are staying open, facing away from us. And we're trying our best to keep our arms straight. Although if our dumbbells are a little on the heavy side, we can always add a slight bend in, but ideally we don't want to do that, only if we have no other option. So these ones are our second one, same deal with the rest. There is none. So we're going between these 2, 15 of our wide rows, 10 of our around the world raises, 3 sets total of these ones. Don't accidentally do 4. 3 rounds, and then I will see you back here for our last part of today, the work that is our core work. All right, hit pause, go get the work done, and I will see you back here. All right, welcome back, welcome. So we're gonna finish off with our final part, which is our core work. Now I'm gonna take this band, loop it around the bottom of this here bookshelf, so I have a nice anchored band situation, because our first exercise, which is going to be working off of a timer, but again, you need to set this up first, is a wood chopper. So we're standing a little wider than shoulder width, holding onto that band with both hands, and then chopping up and away from that mount point. You're on a timer, so we have 60 seconds of work. We're spending 1 whole minute on this side, 20 seconds of rest for you to rest, regroup, and switch sides. And then we'll switch, and we'll do 60 seconds over on this side here. Now, for those of us who don't have a band and or somewhere to anchor it to, we can always use a dumbbell, holding that dumbbell one side in each hand, chopping up to one side, again, 60 seconds over here, and then we'll switch, and we have 60 seconds over here. Once again, we're taking 20 seconds of rest. So when you set your interval timer, 60 seconds on, 20 seconds off, before we go into our next one, which is a dead bug. It's the last one. It's part 2 to the core. So the dead bug, if we have this banded situation, we're going to grab the band, pull it over our shoulders, so we're holding it like this, legs up, and then one leg at a time is going to lower. We can either keep the legs bent like this, or if you can keep your back down nice and strong, you can straighten out your legs, tapping your heels to the floor. But the most important part is keeping that low back tight, fixed down to the floor. If you don't have a band, you can grab a dumbbell or 2, one in each hand, hold it in your hands here, and lower it back to create that same tension that that band is giving you. And again, we'll be working with those alternating legs, right and left. 1 minute, 20 seconds of rest for you to get back up. Breathe a little bit, and then do it again 3 more times. We have 4 sets total of this stuff, okay? So you got some work to do. And then we will come back here for our last and final part, our stretches. So I pause, go get the core work in, and I will see you back here for our stretches. Okay, welcome back everyone. We are finished the work, which you're probably feeling pretty good about. I know that was not easy stuff, but you are done, so feel good. So a little pat on the back. We are going to finish you off with our stretches, which is going to start off with us reaching behind our back, interlacing our fingers, pulling our shoulders apart, getting that nice chest and shoulder focus stretch. If you can't quite get back here, you can always put your hands on your hips and just pull your elbows together, or you can sub this all together for your door frame stretch. 30 to 60 seconds, at least 1 set, and you can complete upward to 2, 3, even 4 sets total. So first one. Second one is going to cross that arm across the body, reach this arm up and under, pulling it in towards that shoulder, getting that nice shoulder focus stretch. So we do a lot of work for the shoulders. Same thing here, 30 seconds at least, or to a minute. And we'll have to, again, do this one on both sides to even it out. Whatever you do on one side, we will take onto the other side. Last stretch that we are going to do is for the triceps, these guys here. So we're going to reach behind our back, up and over our head, pulling that arm in towards the ear. And again, we will hold this here for that same amount of time, breathing into it, switching sides, over to the other side. And then that's pretty much it. If there's any other stretches you want to do, if you want to take it onto the floor, do again a bit of your cat-cow, child's pose, something along those lines, feel free to do that. But you are done with us for today. So there you go. Great work. Thank you for joining in to another pause work replay. And I will see you tomorrow for our last session, our leg day, Friday leg day. Okay, hopefully you feel good and have a great day.